Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to Radio W.O.R.K.S World. This is your host speaking. My name is Agata, and I'm a mentor of excellence and identifier of void, and I will be your host today. Now, we are broadcasting live from London, and I have the privilege to be interviewing the one and only Dr. Yorgos. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation and for the opportunity that you're giving me today.
I know, and it was long due that you come on either a live show with me, because you know that I've been writing ordinary people's extraordinary stories, but obviously you were busy at the time. You couldn't make it. So I'm glad you are here today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, before we go ahead with our heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul conversation, I'd like to point out that these conversations do take place every Friday of each month at 10 a.m. in the morning UK time. So if anyone wants to join me live, please leave a message below this post, connect through to me via Facebook, or go on my website, that is www.agaflow.co.uk. Now, I'm not too sure if you can hear me very well. Do you have earpiece, Yorgos?
Not at the moment.
No, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very clear.
Okay, good. Very good. So, Yorgos, for those of you who don't know you, who is Dr. Yorgos Kalibretakis? Tell me a little bit about you, please.
Okay. Well, as many people may understand from the name, I am from Greece. I've been raised in island Crete. And my journey, I raised in Crete, and my life was absolutely fine with my family. And after finishing school, I decided to study dentistry. And my journey was to leave Greece and to go to Romania. So I spent 6-7 years there studying dentistry. Then I came back to Greece, did my military service, and then I came immediately in the UK. So for the last 10 years, I practice dentistry in the UK.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yes.
And why dentistry?
Well, a lot of people, they ask me about that. So I would say probably that dentistry choose me to to be with her for a long period of time. So here I am right now. Probably you may need to know that the last 3-4 years, something shifted in my mind regarding who I am and where I'm going with everything, actually, personal life, professional life, and from that time, I'm starting a journey about me, to find out my values and what is most important for me. A big journey with a lot of personal development training, traveling all over the world, where I did find a lot of answers about my life. On the other side, I did face a lot of times the dark night of my soul, and that gave me a complete different perspective about almost everything. Mm-hmm. So that journey, the last 3-4 years, came gradually with some results that came during that process regarding the coaching and the mentoring that probably you already know about my new business.
Mm-hmm.
So here, where I am right now in UK.
And that would have been my next question, actually. What events brought you to this stage of your life? What happened that you took this journey?
Actually, what did happen, I was absolutely happy with what I was doing at that time. Professionally, I have a very good job. I was healthy. I have friends. At that time, I had a relationship. Everything from external point of view, it was absolutely fine. But internally, something was missing. And when I had discussions with friends, with people around me, I couldn't find any answer. And usually, always, they were saying that I'm thinking crazy and I'm thinking a little bit strange because I have everything that maybe people want to have. But I knew that in my soul, something was missing. And at that time, I make a decision to find out what's happening. Because for me, it was like I was in a rut process. I was living my life through habitual patterns, doing the same thing every day. And I started to examine my weeks, my months, my years to see what's happening and why do I feel like that. So a lot of people may decide, to seek advice and to go to different persons, to psychologists or to advisors, or there are different. There are a lot of different options. For me, I was absolutely healthy, and it was mainly to find out what is happening with my mind and what's happening with my reality. So at that time, I make a decision that no matter how long it will take, I'm going to find the answers. And of course, as you probably already know, this is a non-end journey.
Totally agree with you. I met you, I remember, when was it? A few years ago, when we took the Dr. Joy Dispenza's course. And even then I felt that we both were on a journey and still are. And like, I totally agree with you when you say it's a never ending journey, because on the way you unleash something new that somehow you always knew, but it was hidden within. And that also helps to create your legacy. So what's your legacy?
It's a question that will take probably a lot of time to be explained. My legacy right now, what I feel is that there is a big connection with something very powerful in me, and I feel that I want to share that with other people.
Right. What's that? Name it for me.
Well, a lot of people may say that it's a consciousness, infinite intelligence, the source, the mind. There are different names, different labels. I would say that every person has a power in their heart, in their soul, okay? And they have genius to express. And when we are tuned with that energy and with that power, then we have that feeling of freedom. We have that feeling that we had when we've been as children. Children, when they're 2, 3, 4 years, always they're connected with that power, and you can see them. They run, they're happy every day. They want just to explore and to express themselves. But it looks that at some point we lose that feeling, and we go to a process of habitual living. So for me, during that journey, I did find a lot of things about me and about my soul, my heart, and who we are. And I want and I love to share and that with other people. That it's the most fulfilling, let's say, thing right now for me.
Mm-hmm. And have you worked out how you're going to share it with people?
This is what I'm already started with my new coaching business, the Genius Coaching, where it's there is a lot of information over there. My experience gave me a different understanding regarding the coaching and the mentoring, combining techniques and combining tools that address the body, the mind, the heart holistically. So there are a lot of different techniques out there and different process how to mentor, how to coach. And so for me, it's a mix of different modalities and different tools. But the most important thing is the connection that I'm able to have with every person. This is the most important thing. The moment that you have that connection, the moment that you are very pure, very clear, you are tuned with the energy, with the power of the other person. And at that moment, you have all the answers and all the tools about how they can explore and how they can live a freedom, a powerful and fulfilling life.
That's very interesting, because from that course that we've done together, day after day, I was making it my duty to connect to my heart. And then, of course, I was in connection every day with my heart and my soul. And I just felt the energy that I get from within. So there was no need to look for anything without, because I found it all within. And when you say all the answers are within, I absolutely agree with you. Yes,
that's true. That power, that energy is always within us, and always is giving us different, how to say, text every day just to tune in. But we are so busy with our mind, our thoughts, our life, where we ignore that. Mm. And the moment that we start little by little to tune in, to listen our heart and our gut and our instinct, then is starting to speak to us. Of course, that it's a process, and it takes a little bit time just to tune in back again. But it's a wonderful process.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you, totally. And tell me a little bit about the last development process that you've taken. I've seen and I've noticed that you have passed a course, or what was it about?
I do quite a lot of different trainings because I like to explore different techniques from different experts all over the world. Yeah, the last one was the M-braining, where it's a technique that is based on breathing and related how we can be coherent with heart, brain, and gut. So usually from our heart we have our feelings, with our mind, and from our brain we have all our thoughts. And when we want to take action for something, a big part is taking place from our gut. So the moment that we're coherent, we're tuned to take action without any feeling of stress or without thinking different thoughts. Probably a lot of people, sometimes you can see that they feel something, they want and they love to do something, but their mind say different other things. Or sometimes they think that they want to do something, they have thoughts about that, but their heart is not 100% over there. And sometimes their heart and their thoughts, they're aligned, but they don't take action. So when we're aligned, our brain with our heart and with our gut, because now neurosciences has been found that we have a brain in our heart, let's say, a system that's working, and we have a same system in our gut as in our brain. So the moment that we align those three brains, you become very powerful, fulfilling with your life.
And how can you combine this with dentistry, since you are an expert in the field of dentistry?
With dentistry, I'm coming in contact with a lot of people every day. So it's very, in people's mind, it's not the very best experience to go to the dentist. So
that's right.
Yes, so you need to have a very good skills from bonding point of view, psychology point of view, so to be able to understand people. So all that journey helped me quite a lot with what I'm doing right now, because I was able not only to deal with my own fears and personal issues, but the moment that I'm starting to dissolve them, my relationship with my patients completely changed. So I'm feeling more relaxed. My approach is completely different. So that gave me a completely different perspective how see my daily dentistry right now.
That's very interesting. I think that you're the only person who said it in a way that a lay person could understand. That's something I'm going to take away. Now, my next question would be, what's evolving in your life right now? Share the good news with us.
There is a big shift with everything. I've never thought that I would do mentoring or coaching. So for me, something very new, exciting. I love it. I have a lot of plans about the future and how to going to perform that with different programs from for the clients. I wanted to say patients. So with clients, and I'm planning different trainings for mentors or for people that they are doing already coaching, that they want to go quite deep from a spiritual point of view. So because for my point of view, in order to be able to help somebody else, you have to know who you are in a very, very deep level.
No, so, say that again, please. Say that again, Yorgos. What did you just say? I want you to repeat it.
Yes, in order to help other people, you have to know on a very deep level who you are. The moment that you tune in with who you are, any technique, any learning, any linear technique, and that do not mean that they are not helping. I don't want to be misunderstood, okay? Everything that is already on the personal development field, they're great modalities. But on that deeper level, there is something quite more powerful. And of course, there are some other plans about people they want to explore that deeper level, coaching them personally for 2 or 3 days in an island in Greece or any other place in the world where we can travel if we can be in an understanding of that coaching.
Mm-hmm. So distance is really not an obstacle or something that would stand in a way for anyone to, let's say, contact you or want to use your services.
No, distance is not a problem. I offer my service to people that they want to transform their lives. I mean, if there are a lot of different modalities and different trainings, and people sometimes they want just to improve what they have already.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm the guy that I'm going to push them just to transform. I'm not the guy that I'm going to improve just what they're doing already, because it's already in their comfort zone. So for me, my inspiration is to completely transform their life, to do exact what they dream to do, to live a fulfilling life, to explore dimensions about their lives that never think about that.
Wow.
So this is my inspiration.
And if someone wanted to find out more about you, do you have a website, or where should they write to?
Yes, I have a website at www.geniuscoaching.com, and people, they can reach me with my name and surname on Facebook, where they can find my personal page and my coaching page as well.
Fantastic. Is there anything you would like to add before we close our conversation?
I'd like to add, I'd like to thank you, first of all, for the opportunity that you gave me to be with you today. And for the people that they are listening right now, I want to let them know that every time they're in the right place, in the right moment.
Wow. And sometimes we all think that, we are in a wrong place, wrong time, but you're saying the exact opposite.
Yes, I say the exact opposite. The moment that we change our perception from what is happening around us, then we understand that what is happening is a lesson. It's a message. And when we pay attention on that, very, very easy, we will understand what is the lesson, what is the message about what's happening around us, and then we can take appropriate action.
Wonderful. I have learned so much from you today, Yorgos. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. I really appreciate it. And for those who joined us, hope you enjoyed this conversation, and speak to you soon. Thank you so much, Yorgos.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye, everyone.